Hello, and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode... I should know the episode numbers by now. Episode 45. I am one of your hosts, XoB Fixer, alongside... Kevin's not here this week, guys.
Such a thing that you knew was happening.
Fuck's sake, Kevin.
Yeah,
Kevin.
Fuck's sake, Kevin. Exactly. No, so Kevin Tarney's dead to us, guys. I hope everybody knows he died. Rest in peace.
Everyone go tell him he sucks and that he's stupid.
Everyone go block him on Twitter.
It's more a case he's going to be really pissed that you guys are on and he's missed yous. That's what's more funny. Is the fact that his replacement is better than him. So we're all good. Let me introduce
Kevin's good. I'm not better than Kevin.
Let me do introductions anyway. First and foremost, Laura K. Butts. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. I am it's like 11:30 at night, and in 2 hours I've got to be on a coach to go to EGX, and then I get back from that and go to GamerX. Everything's crazy right now. Woo!
I'm right there with you. I leave at 7 in the morning.
Oh, see, 7's a sociable hour to leave for EGX. We've got to leave the house at 1:30 in the morning to have a chance of getting there at 10:30.
Yeah, I'm not getting there. I'll get in there at 11:30. Let me wait before we get into it all. And our special guest, someone that I don't even have a clue, but I'm sure I'll meet him in a few days. Jules Johnson.
Hello.
Yeah.
How are you?
I am made of existential plasma and slowly cascading into the abyss. How are you?
That's perfect.
That's how you do an introduction to people who've not heard of you before.
There we go.
Exactly. So, Laura, I've had you on the podcast before, so
Yep.
people are going to know who you are. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because, George, who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
What do you do?
Hello, I'm George. I'm a contributor at indiehaven.com, where I write about things that matter to me.
Okay.
And I occasionally dip into other things. I've got a podcast at the moment with Jed Whittaker and Alyssa McAloon from Destructoid, where we talk about porn games. It's called The Gameographers.
I'm in. You sold it to me.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We're about 2 episodes in now. We're a couple of weeks delayed for the 3rd one because we're all awful and are trying to move into places all at the same time, apparently.
Yeah.
But
And you're on the podcast today basically because you're coming to EGX with me, and you were sat in a chair in the corner of my office. I was like, we've got another journalist here. Why don't I invite you on? I know it's not my podcast, but I'm inviting guests on now.
And I know about them
Xboxes, those Microsoft cubes.
Yeah, those Microsoft cubes with the with those disc-based entertainment
devices.
Mediums. Yeah.
Just remember, it's A, B, X, and Y, not the square, circle, triangle, and the other button.
It's A, B, X, Y, but in that Nintendo configuration, right?
Don't start. Don't even start. So, like I said, this was all thrown together a little bit last minute. We are all going to EGX. For those American listeners who don't know what EGX is, it's a big... What does it even stand for, Laura? Do you know?
It used to stand for Eurogamer Expo. Now you get told off if you say that it stands for Eurogamer Expo, because now it's EGX that doesn't stand for anything. But shush, here's the secret. It stands for Eurogamer Expo. Eurogamer put on a convention.
So it's a bit like KFC, really.
Yeah, it was Kentucky Fried Chicken once, but now it is KFC.
But no longer, it's just KFC. Don't you dare tell the Colonel that it's Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Exactly.
It's not allowed to be called chicken anymore.
It's basically the place in the UK for all the games that were at E3.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly how I would talk about it. Yes. So we are all going there. I leave, like we said, we leave. Blah blah blah. Busy, but as I always promise, I will do my best to get a podcast out to you guys every single week. And if you don't believe that, you better believe it this week because I've thrown it together. But Laura, some important things have happened since the last time I had you on.
Right.
Some very important things.
What things have happened since you last had me on, I wonder?
Well, you was working at a little company called Destructoid.
Yes, I was.
You are no longer.
No, I am not.
You are now working at Let's Play Video Games, correct?
Yeah, letsplayvideogames.com, which is an amazing website domain to have, and I don't know how we ended up with it, which is basically a site that is all the people who were the UK team at Destructoid and all got let go very suddenly with no real explanation.
Mhm.
We were like, fuck it, we need to do something, and we like each other. Let's start a new site. And we've had an interesting few months. Like, we were the first website to review and unbox the PS4 Slim 3 weeks before it was revealed by Sony. So
your Twitter was very interesting.
We've had an interesting few weeks.
Yeah, well, your Twitter was very interesting, and it had me in absolute stitches because you were just pretty much F you to Sony the whole time.
Oh, yeah, but when their conference was happening, I was just sat there being like, I fucking told you, everyone. Sorry, am I allowed to swear?
You're allowed to swear as much.
Okay, yeah, I fucking told you so. I had a lot of fun being like, see, I didn't 3D print this. Now all go shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, I was happy for you. I even messaged you saying I was very happy for you. But for me, I look at things on numbers. And the numbers, I don't get to see the back numbers on your website, obviously, but from the YouTube video, I was just like, damn, I need a hit like that.
I think the unboxing on YouTube got about 650,000 views. Like, I was crossing my fingers for it to cross 1 million, but considering I have like 12,000 subs on YouTube, like getting 600k on a video is not bad.
I'd wet myself. I'd absolutely wet myself.
The written article itself crossed 1 million. Jeez. So we went over 1 million on a written article, which is always nice.
On a brand new company website.
On a website that like no one's heard of. So we did all right for ourselves.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There was the fun moment of just being like, Destructoid are probably kicking themselves now.
They must be okay. I don't know what the blood is like there. And George, we're gonna get to you in a bit, don't worry. But
it's fine, I'll wait.
But they must be kicking themselves really bad for
all I can say on that front is that there was that week I also ran a bunch of Nintendo NX reports, and those got picked up by pretty much every major gaming site. They did not get written about by Destructoid, and read into that what you will.
I wonder why. Let us ponder.
Yeah, it's a mad one. It is a mad one, but a lot has changed. Everything seems to be on the up for you.
Everything's going well, yeah.
So, and that's all that matters. That is all that matters. George, we do a little segment called, well, Joe, what? I forgot the intro. I better do all that first, better I? Okay. This week's episode of My Xbox and Me is brought to you by outerlives.net and mcfixer.co.uk. This is where Kev will tell you about Outer Lives, but don't worry about it because he's dead. Also, this podcast is brought to you by Mike Lynch. Mike says, hey guys, Mike Lynch here. I need to tell you, Mike hasn't given us a new ad read in a while. And I'll tell you why. He was in Disneyland and it was his birthday. I can't remember if I said that last week, but if I didn't, happy birthday, Mike. I hope you had a good one. Hey guys, Mike Lynch here, and I'd like to tell you that I play ukulele, but not on my YouTube channel. That's an inside joke for everyone that listens to this show on a weekly basis. Blah, 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 blah. Check out Mike Lynch on YouTube, youtube.com/Mike Lynch. Also check out his Twitch channel, Mike Lynch Streams. Back to you, Fixer and Laura. Doesn't say your name, Laura, but you know. And George.
Hi.
Doesn't say any of your names. Let's start off with what's been in our box. What have you guys been playing? I know it might not be boxes, but what have you been playing? George, we'll start with you.
Oh, well, I've been playing a lot more Pokemon Go, which is in a box that goes in my pocket, so that technically counts. Me and Laura, about half an hour ago, sprinted down the road to catch a Squirtle. Which was very exciting.
Yeah, we were meant to be like editing a podcast in a hurry so that we could get to this podcast recording in time. We did take 7 minutes out to run and catch a Squirtle from around the corner.
Who wouldn't?
Exactly. Because you finally moved to somewhere where there's actually Pokemon around.
I know, it's fantastic. I've also been playing a lot of Downwell.
Okay.
It's
on Vita?
No, I've actually been playing it on my laptop. Because
Nah, don't count then. Sorry, mate. Playing on Vita, don't count.
Oh no!
No, what did you think of it?
I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's very, very,
very one more go-ish.
Very one more. That exactly. Very one more go-ish. It's got a lot of replay value. And yeah, it's an absolutely wonderful little game. It's great to just whip out when you need to. When you're not got anything to do and you just need to, occupy your time.
Chill.
Like I was sitting in a lecture at uni the other day waiting for the lecturer to show up, and I was just playing Downwell and eating pizza, and it was quite a wonderful moment. But yeah,
long as you're not playing it during your lectures, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, so good, so good. But yeah, I guess like I've also been playing a bunch of porn games, which is always fun.
Do, of course.
Yeah, the classic Corruption of Champions, which I don't know if you've
Corruption of Champions. Yeah. The acronym is COCK.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't know if you've come across it. It's basically a text-based adventure game online where you explore a magical world trying to save the day whilst fucking monsters.
Nice.
Yeah, it's quite wonderful.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and you can get it for free online.
So bring it to Xbox and then maybe I'll play it.
Oh, that'd be interesting. That's what I've been playing.
Cool. Laura, what about yourself? What have you been playing?
I've actually been playing an Xbox One game this week to talk about.
Look at you.
I know, look at me being on brand.
It better not be what I'm about to rant about.
So. I don't know. What are you about to rant about?
No, you go first. It's all right.
I'm going to talk about Recore.
No, you're not. I'm talking about Recore.
Okay.
So,
I guess I don't get what's in my box this week.
We can discuss it together because
the
people have been waiting. I know they're out there.
Should we get the elephant in the room out the way? The loading times are bullshit and the bugs are insane.
Oh my god! Look,
okay. The longest loading time I had in this game was 2 minutes 10 seconds.
It's got
shit.
I
had a 2 minute 10-second loading time to reload the small room that I was in when I died.
Okay, let me just start this off with. People have been waiting for me to talk about this on this podcast. Because it didn't come out here till Friday, so they obviously last week.
Missed the last podcast.
So I bought it because I feel like either me or Kev or whoever is on the podcast, someone should be playing the first party games of Xbox.
Exactly.
To me, it's got to be done. I didn't have any expectations going into this game, any. And the first 5 hours, I was having a lot of fun. And then I've hit this brick wall because of game breaking bugs, load time. So obviously, as most of you know, I stream twitch.tv/mcfixer. And this is the worst game ever to stream because of load times. You're sitting there doing nothing half the time.
You have to be very good at like coming up with on the spot stuff to like talk, and you end up like just coming up with podcasting material to talk about during those load times because it's a nightmare.
Yep.
So like putting aside the obvious elephant in the room of like the way I've been describing it feels like if anyone listening to this watches the Great British Bake Off, it feels like the technical challenge when someone has got all their flavors right, but they didn't leave it in the oven long enough. And it's like all the bits here were here for a really good meal, but it's inedible because you just didn't leave it in long enough. Because it's not that technically beautiful a game. It's not that big of a game. It's not any kind of powerhouse of a game. But it takes so long to load stuff in, and the amount of bugs is ridiculous. Like the number of times I've got like stuck in geometry, that geometry has failed to load. It's ridiculous considering the scope of the game.
I fell through the same piece of floor 12 times.
I never had anything that bad, but that doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Like, there's proof of this on Twitch. You can go watch it if you really need to. I wouldn't. It's annoying because I liked the game. It was good fun gameplay at the start. Story, whatever. Honestly, whatever. Okay, I refused to play it anymore. I am done 8 hours. I did enough. I did enough.
Like, I completed it. I think I gave it like a 6 out of 10 on Let's Play video games, and it's like, here's the thing: if you can put aside the loading times, I basically learned to work around by not playing it on stream, and I would have a podcast ready to go. So like when the loading times happen, I'll just listen to another couple of minutes of a podcast.
That makes perfect sense.
Pause it as soon as like it comes back in. As long as you've got something to multitask with, it's not the end of the world. The bugs I didn't have as much of a problem with as some people, but it was notably buggy. That wasn't enough to put me off entirely. Yeah. I really enjoyed the characters, really enjoyed the core gameplay loop. I think that the core balance of the difficulty is not quite there. Like the early gameplay is a little simplistic with the sort of little bit of lock-on they do, makes it a little too easy. early enemies die in too few shots, even if you don't like switch to the right color of shot for that enemy. Once you get going, though, I think that there is a lot of fun to be had with that game. I like the combo system in combat with the various robot partners you've got. I like the story. I wish that when you were powering up your robots and leveling them up, you didn't have to craft each core to them individually.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
When you've got like, oh, I came back with 1,300 cores and I now have to individually attach every one of those, that can be time consuming. Again, I popped a podcast on and just kind of went a bit mindless with it. There's a lot to love in there and there's a lot that I like, but it's really hard to recommend to anyone. And that's a shame because like there's the core of a really good game in there.
Of course. For me, my review on Twitter was it's a fun game, which I do think it was a fun game of what I played. Horrendous load times, too many bugs. Buy it once there's a patch. There is a patch next week coming up, but a week is too late for me. I've already moved on to Forza Horizon 3 by then.
Yeah, I am looking forward to trying that. I've got it ready to go, but it's one of those, like, Forza Horizon is not a game I'm rushing to play, like, to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
I can come to that whenever I've got a bit of downtime and just be like, let's hear some nice music and drive a shiny car. So
yeah, I will, for the recall, I will finish it at some point, but by the end of the year, because I need to play it for the Game of the Year talk.
Yeah.
But at the moment, there's just too many bugs, so I personally wouldn't suggest buying this game, and the load times are, Jesus.
Yeah. At the very least, go watch a live stream for an hour or two and just get an idea of quite how bad that situation is and if you're willing to put up with that.
Go to youtube.com/MCFixer and watch those.
Exactly. Go over there. Other than that, I've been playing a bit of The Trial, which isn't out in the UK yet, but I may have done some trickery to pretend I live in the Philippines.
No way, no way.
So that's the new Peter Molyneux game on iOS. You walk in a straight line. You get to decide how fast you walk. You walk down a path for 10 kilometers. If you fail to do an objective, the guide that's walking with you will just do the objective for you. You walk down.
Doesn't sound fun.
No, if there's fun to be had, I'm not seeing it yet. Other than that, just a bit more Pokemon Go and a little bit of Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, which it has been my default, just like winding down like in between other stuff. So yeah, Recall I played. I've not touched Forza Horizon 3 yet. I have it in the office. I will pick it up when I'm quiet. We need to have a discussion off the podcast about some things. Well, we'll be at EGX. Come talk to me at EGX about logistics and things.
Yeah, I need to have a discussion. Reviews of the week this week, which are IGN gave Firewatch a 9.3 on Xbox that has just come out this week. I think come out today, actually. And Forza Horizon 3 got a 9.5. Again, me or Kev will be talking about Forza next week. As far as Firewatch goes, 9.3 sounds like a very good score for Firewatch. That's a really well put together game if you're looking for something that's only a few hours long, a nice mystery, very well acted.
And it's got a wonderful sketch of a naked man in it.
Oh yeah, it has a really nice sketch of a naked man in it. So there's
naked man, I'm in. That's it.
Yeah, naked man.
All right, let's get on to the news, and we'll try and get through it as quick as possible because I want to go to bed, and I'm sure you guys need to sleep.
Oh, I know the feeling.
So first piece of news: Xbox One S Minecraft bundle has been announced. This is totally obvious, obviously. Yeah. Microsoft have revealed their Xbox One S Minecraft bundle featuring a 500 gigabyte console. Don't know what I'm saying. I'm really tired, guys. This ain't going to go well, I'm going to be honest with you. The console comes with the Xbox One edition of Minecraft and over 230 skins.
It's no difference to the design of the console, is it? It's just a standard white. Xbox One S? Yes. Yeah. Okay. It makes sense. Like, anytime they do a new hardware revision, they should bundle it with Minecraft because Minecraft still sells insanely well. So
exactly.
It's a no-brainer.
Exactly. In addition to the 230 skin packs, the bundle also includes several mashup. I don't even know texture packs and all. I don't know.
Basically, a bunch of Minecraft crap.
You Minecraft people, you like it? Cool. I play Minecraft very not much anymore. What about George? George, I know you. I don't know you that well, but I don't know you at all. Let's be honest. But you sound like a type of guy that plays Minecraft. Hit me with that knowledge.
I've played a bit of Minecraft in my time. You know, it's a game that people play.
Cool.
That it is.
There are blocks in it, and with your hands. And
then you build stuff out of them.
Stuff, and that's Minecraft.
Like, I think Minecraft has not changed fundamentally since it first came out. Like, I'm sure people who play a lot of it will say that it has, but it hasn't really changed. Has it?
Like I think the first time I played Minecraft, it wasn't even just Minecraft. Like I got I downloaded one of the mod pack launchers before I actually downloaded just standard Minecraft, because the vanilla experience is really just
punch stuff, build stuff.
Yeah, and even with all of the updates that are kind of turning it into more of an RPG experience, it still feels lacking in anything that's really enriching.
Anything that's substantial if you don't just want to sit there and build a huge thing.
Yeah.
There's a dragon, guys. There's
been a dragon for ages.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't got time.
The Ender Dragon's been there like for years now. Where are you? You're behind on the news.
Yeah, no. I'm on Xbox. We're behind on everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey! Xbox own Minecraft. You shouldn't be behind. You should be up on this.
I wish.
You can ride horses in Minecraft now.
Yes, and there's a donkey. I think
there's a donkey.
Is it a donkey?
Oh my god!
I think so. I might make that up. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm gonna boot up Minecraft after this, and if there's not a donkey in it, I'm gonna be very, very disappointed.
He's gonna see me. I'm gonna go for a hug. He's gonna punch me in the throat. I'm like,
just
awkward.
Give me my donkey. Give me my donkey. If you don't give me a donkey at EGX, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry right in your face.
Anyway, more news.
New GTA Online Bikers update. The next big addition to GTA Online. Do either of you guys play GTA Online?
I played a little bit of it. I have not stuck with it. I'm aware that it's kind of a huge deal that I pay no attention to.
Yeah, the one time I've played GTA 5 at all, it was around a friend's house. Because my computer's too shit to run it, and I don't have an Xbox to play it on. But
I gotta edit that out. Just say you don't have an Xbox. We're in trouble here, guys.
Oh no! I mean, I have an Xbox. I play games on my Microsoft box.
Don't lie to the people.
You play the Microsoft games. Hey! With Microsoft Windows Play Anywhere, you don't need an Xbox to enjoy Microsoft's first party lineup of games.
That was absolutely beautiful. Well done.
Was that a good save?
Terrible.
My favourite game on the Xbox is Netflix.
Nice.
Anyway, bikes in GTA Online. I like motorbikes. Motorbikes are cool. I used to have one.
How would you like to be in your very own motorcycle club? Because you can do that now in GTA Online.
Only if I can call the motorcycle club Laura K. Buzzin' Bike Buddies. Yeah, if I can call it that, then I'll make a motorcycle gang and we'll be the talk of the town.
I would definitely join that.
We'll be the talk of the virtual town. We'll stroll around town helping like elderly people cross the road and also being quite threatening.
Well, how does that work? Do you pick up the elderly lady and drive across the road on your bike?
Yes.
Okay, I'm in on this.
Well, according to Rockstar, bikers will include new role. Let me try that again. Introduce new roles to play from a fresh perspective to the club, whatever that means. I might jump back on GTA Online if I'm honest with you. It's definitely something I should have played longer.
It seems like a fun time sink. It's one that like, if I had the time, I would play a lot more of. But I always look at it and be like, oh, I've got too many things on my to-play list.
Yeah, it's something that I feel like you need a group of people to play it, always. Because I just feel like getting killed by random 12-year-olds is going to annoy me. You're not even old enough to play the game. Get off it. But if I feel like I played it with a crew, I still didn't even do the heists. I did like the first one, and that was it.
Well, I think the big problem is the heists weren't in there at launch of
No.
GTA Online. So, like, if they'd been there when GTA 5 was new, I'd have picked it up, played those heists, and I'd have had a lot of fun with online. That was the thing I was excited for. By the time the heists happened, the people that I would have played with who were in my sort of normal gaming network had all kind of moved on from GTA Online.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there was a sort of peak and a trough, and it came along just as it was entering the trough. And there weren't enough people around for it to be...
Or it wasn't the people that we were gaming with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like a certain market stuck around, but the...
It's the people that buy GTA and play it for 400 hours.
Yeah.
It's the people that buy the FIFA, the Madden, the GTA. That is why they buy it.
And the Call of Duty.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not called Call of Duty on this podcast. It's called Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. That's what we call Call of Duty.
See, I'd have called it Call of Duty, but it's like 11:30, midnight. I was like, I don't want to scare the people that sleeping in the other room, but fuck it, Call of Duty. Call of Duty. Call of Duty.
That's what we do here.
Battlefield.
No, come on, don't diss Battlefield like that. Come on. Next piece of... No, come on. Oh,
no.
Laura, don't bring this kid around no more. Come on. Next piece of news. Alien Isolation VR teased by Sega. Laura, the day I met you was at EGX Res.
Yeah.
I played this on VR.
So did I. We both played this in VR.
Did you play it on the Roto?
Yeah, the weird rotating chair.
Shout out to Elliot. I still talk to him on a regular basis.
Here's the thing about the rotating chair. It's fine for rotating left and right. It completely fucked me up when it was time to like go up or downstairs because it didn't tilt forward or back, and I got really motion sick on stairs.
Oh, interesting.
So that was fun. But yeah, we both sat in like a chair that rotated 360 degrees. Like if you looked to the left, the chair would like start rotating to the left to give you a sense of movement as you turned. It was crazy.
Shout out to those guys over there.
Yeah.
But
it'd be nice if they'd send me one of those chairs.
Oh,
wink,
I've had meetings with them. I've had meetings with them. That's not going to happen. Trust me.
Don't worry. I'll get one because I'm super mega famous and that.
Verified on Twitter now. I see.
Twitter verified. Yeah.
Again, we've got to talk about that as well.
You get the spinny chair.
Yeah.
So I'm not really going to read the news story of this, is because I know this is definitely going to happen because I've played it.
Here's the thing, like it is playable in VR. What I got from this quote is that it seems like they're making additional stuff that might be like spin-offs or future projects. Like I get because the quote they said was something like, we have a lot of VR kits in the office and people are playing with it. We're exploring ways to release games. And I took we're exploring ways to release games to be like, this is not something we've already put out. We're looking at ways to put new bits out. So like, I would expect this to be like an hour-long, like this is just a guess with no like insider info, like an hour-long Alien Isolation thing that's designed for VR, probably. Like that would be my guess.
Yeah, so an experience tailored for it, not just a game slapped with VR on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Next piece of news. Lego Dimension, Knight Rider, and Batman expansions packs get release dates, which, of course, I know you're all excited about.
Okay, legitimately, I'm excited when this happens, not because of any of the functionality of Lego Dimensions, but I really like the quality of their minifigs for their various franchises they get a hold of. I know it's overly expensive to buy them and not use them for in-game stuff, but I did so for Portal because their Portal Lego figures were so cool, and I am really tempted by the Knight Rider Lego. So
I find the prospect of playing a Lego equivalent of
Skylanders and
well, I'm doing good with names.
Describe the thing. What is it?
The Knight Rider man.
Kit.
Not Kit, the man.
David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff. I find that the prospect of playing a Lego equivalent David Hasselhoff to be quite intriguing.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Are they going to? I wonder if perhaps we can predict from this information that they'll start branching into other David Hasselhoff related media, and perhaps we'll see a Lego Dimensions Baywatch expansion pack.
I would buy that.
Fun fact: I met David Hasselhoff at London Zoo.
I've met him once. I can't remember where. He seems quite nice.
He was very nice. He gave me a hug and let me have a photo.
Aw.
Brilliant.
when I was about 6. So
that's pretty cool. So yeah, I will probably buy the Knight Rider thing just to have on my desk.
well, you can buy it on February 10th. That is the release date.
Well, they told me about it too early because I'm going to forget about it by then.
Unfortunately, that's how things go.
That's how it is.
Next piece of news: Xbox Project Scorpio, which I know people loved last week's episode where we spoke about the PlayStation meeting. Xbox Project Scorpio will run Microsoft-made games at 4K natively. Now,
I assumed this would be your lead piece of news because this is the big Xbox news this week.
You act like I have like a running show list of things that I know what I'm doing. No, I just throw this shit show together and we get it done. There is no running order at all. The title will be Xbox One Project Scorpio runs games at 4K native, or PlayStation doesn't. I don't know. I'll put some trolley title because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Got to get those clicks out.
You've got to make them wait for like at least halfway into the podcast to get that bit of news they want.
I need to say at least patreon.com/MC Fixer if you want the audio early. Come on. Come on, guys. George, I'll teach you the ways, mate. Don't you worry.
Teach me the ways, O mighty podcast master.
I will do. Don't you worry. But so this is big news. The main quotes of this, to be honest, we're running through this show really quick because I'm super tired. But the main thing from this was they said that all Microsoft-made games will run at 4K natively, unlike Sony's, which is upscaled for the PS4 Pro. But it's unclear whether third-party developers will make that decision to run it on the Scorpio.
I think the big issue with whether they'll do that on the Scorpio is it worth their time to make 3 versions of the game? The standard this gen version, the PS4 Pro version, and the 4K Scorpio version? Or do they just make the version that will run on the PS4 Pro and port that to the Xbox One? And I suspect that's what we'll get a lot of from third parties.
You would have thought so, but for me, at the end of the day, that's not... We worry about Xbox games.
So I have one concern about this quote, and I might be worrying about nothing.
Go on then.
Here's my concern. They've made a statement to say 4K native for all first-party games.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very definitive statement that suggests that they don't have any wiggle room. And what I'm concerned about is if we get frame rate suffering as a result. Like, let's say there is a game that they get it running at 4K, but it'll only do 4K 30.
Yeah.
When, like, perhaps it might have been nicer for that particular game if we got maybe only a 1080, but we got 60 frames on the Scorpio and 30 frames on the Xbox One or whatever.
Interesting.
Like, I don't necessarily like the fact that they are basically saying we are prioritizing getting a 4K resolution for everything, regardless of what that does to frame rate. But let's just take off my cynic hat and assume that that's not the case and not worry about that before it's happened. 4K across the board for Microsoft first-party games is really nice. It's also really nice for PC people with a nice 4K PC because
play anywhere.
That's actually for play anywhere, and it means that we're actually getting a good amount of 4K native PC games will be happening as well. So true. I'm up for a 4K native first-party lineup from Microsoft on Xbox. That's bloody cool.
We've always said on the podcast that I love the fact that being an Xbox fan at the moment means you're in second place, which means they have to work even harder for your money. So it's stuff like this that makes me happy because, like, I'm not a fanboy. I have a PlayStation as well, and I play the exclusives, so it's not about that. It's about I love Xbox. That's why I have the Xbox podcast. But it's the fact of we went through so much shit with this whole 1080p, 900p, 720p bullshit that to be able to just say to my friends that are not gamers when they do the whole, well, your game runs at this. It's like, you don't even know what that means. You can't even see the difference. You just play FIFA. For me to say, hopefully, well, FIFA runs at 4K on my Xbox One Scorpio. So, ha ha ha. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
definitely. Like, being an Xbox fan at this moment must be so vindicating. And, like, I think Sony have had it coming. The response they've had from Microsoft and Xbox in terms of like the official Twitter accounts doing their like little snarky tweets.
It's naughty. It's a bit naughty.
It's a bit naughty, but I can't blame Microsoft because like this generation started off with Sony doing their whole this is how you share games on PS4 video. Like they have spent this generation gloating and making jokes about their lead. So when they had that that PS4 the PS event that just fell flat on its face, it's like, Xbox, this is your moment to get revenge for all of those jokes. So it's a good moment to like Xbox.
Yeah,
it is. Joe, what? We're in a good place. Jules, sorry, what was you saying?
Yeah, that's fine. They've come a really long. Like Xbox has definitely come a really long way since a few years back when there
Don
was
Matrix,
the big scare about like game exclusivity and always online. And there was a really they got shit for that. And to see where they're coming now, like they're really trying to redeem themselves, and I think they're actually doing quite well for it.
It's the thing that always happens with Microsoft and Sony, is that Microsoft do so much better when they're the underdog and have something to prove.
Yeah.
And when Sony are in the lead, they always get complacent.
They fuck up.
Basically, like the PS3 $599 reveal and things like that. Like, it's when they're on top that they just get complacent.
Get a second job to buy it.
Microsoft will get a little complacent. We're in the lead when they're in the lead. We saw that with the Xbox One's original reveal and some of the stuff they were trying to get away with.
Yeah.
But like when they're the underdog, they will like push, and when they get their moment, they're like, right, yay, we're great again. Woo!
We'll see what happens. Xbox are in a good place right now. I haven't got it in the show notes, but as far as I'm aware, they outsold PlayStation for a second consecutive month.
Consecutive month. I think was that North American numbers or
worldwide? North American.
Yeah. North American.
That's why I don't put it on the show notes. We live in the UK, baby. If you want that, you go to Major Nelson's podcast or the Reddit podcast. But yeah, so it's just I feel like we're in a good place right now, honestly.
Yeah,
and it's what's best for gamers as well, honestly.
Yeah, well, this is the thing: is it's good to have a back and forth of like one company's in the lead, nope, the other company's in the lead, because it's what forces both of them to up their game, and that ultimately just benefits consumers.
I think the perfect example of that is PlayStation Plus versus Xbox Gold Live. Of the games you were getting, PlayStation was absolutely killing it for the games, and then obviously it all changed, and Microsoft are doing a good job. They skipped the Battlefield news because I really don't give two craps about that game at all.
And it's got a bunch of modes done,
and it's my podcast, and I do what the hell I want. So if you come here for Battlefield news, I'm sorry. And last but not least, the most important news of the week, which is Gears of War 4 has gone gold. The Correlation tweeted out that they've gone gold with a Gears of War cake and a Lancer and a load of jazz. Hashtag never fight alone, which is a nice hashtag actually.
Yeah.
I would rather the hashtag never eat alone because it's lonely out there.
I was really happy that I didn't know until like today that on, I believe, both Xbox One and on PC, there's split screen co-op.
Yes.
Yeah, which is really nice, and that was missing from like the remasters and stuff they did. So
yeah, that's something that we don't see a lot of these days. Like,
no,
split screen co-op is a gemstone in a minefield at the moment. So it's always nice to see that resurge, because like couch gameplay, for some reason, the big companies seem to think that people aren't into it anymore. But it's something that like so many people I know like long for that return of being able to sit down on a sofa with your friend and like play a game on the same screen together.
Yeah,
unless it's Overcooked, because then your fiance sits next to you and hits you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's why me and my housemate replayed the original Gears of War, the first one, recently, because it had the split screen co-op, and we're like, oh, we can play it together on one TV in the same room. Yeah, we'll play that again, and that's now probably how I'm going to play Gears 4.
Fair enough. Games with gold this month: Assassin's Creed China Chronicles from the 16th of September to the 15th of October, and for Xbox 360 also, which you can go backwards compatibility, Mirror's Edge from the 16th to the 30th of September. Fixer's sacked. Let's read the emails from the lovely people. Oh wait, you all fucked me this week, didn't you?
That's fine. I'll make up a fan email for you now. Oh, this email is from listener and viewer Laura, who wants to say, "Hey, love the podcast. Why'd you like Xbox? It sucks. Yours sincerely, Laura, who's not the Laura on this podcast."
Well, I would say
there's a fan email.
I would say it's that Laura. That definitely wouldn't make it through the screening process.
That's what happens when I pick the emails.
All I want to say is my Xbox and Me podcast at gmail.com. Mr. Moody, this goes out to you, sir. You fucked me this week, didn't you? You've been sending in emails every single week, but because you're at EGX waiting for me to turn up, you think you can miss the emails. I don't think so, sir. You're meant to be my fan and my lover. And what happened, sir? What happened?
It's always weird when you have like a podcast with a person who sends emails every week and then they don't.
What? Did he die? I could be sitting here worried sick.
I know. I do a podcast called Year of Steam, and we had someone called Stuart who emailed every single week, and then there was one week where they didn't, and I lost my mind. What do I do without their emails in my life?
What makes me laugh, though, is every week me and Kev say, email in, yada, yada, of course, my Xbox and Me podcast at gmail.com. And then one week we'll have a new listener email in. And I get so happy. It absolutely makes my day when we get a new one. And I'm like, and then on the podcast that week, I'm like, keep them coming. Please send them in every week. Do you think I hear from that person again? Nope, they disappeared.
They got their one mention. They're like, oh, I'm famous on the My Xbox and Me podcast now. I don't need to email again.
All I'm saying is I got Laura here and George, and you're both making me look like we got no listeners. I know that's not true. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Let's go into suggestion of the week. So this is where you suggest a game to the audience what you think they should play. Recall would have been mine, but it sucked. So it's not now.
Recall would be I suggest you watch it on Twitch at MC Fixer of the week.
Yeah, buddy. That's right, Laura.
That would be that suggestion.
A little bit of co-plugging there.
I know you got to plug back when someone lets you plug. So, other than that, I would say if you can get that Games with Gold Mirror's Edge and you've never played Mirror's Edge before, Mirror's Edge is short, it is sweet, it is fantastic. Go play Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, my roommate is current at home right now. Has actually installed it on Games with Gold. And he's playing it at the moment. So I bet he would recommend it if he were here, and I would recommend it too.
George, you're such a cop-out, aren't you? God.
Fine, recommend Assassin's Creed Chronicles China.
Hell no, don't do that.
Play that game.
Definitely not.
Here's a suggestion.
No.
Here's a suggestion. It's an old game, but
that's what we do on this.
Yeah, if you fancy it, go back and play Limbo, because Limbo's a pretty fantastic platformer. Really
that
good
is
atmosphere. Really good.
You know what I should be recommending, because I should be recommending this everywhere. Go play Beyond Good and Evil, because that game needs a sequel.
There we go.
Laura, that was on Games with Gold last week. Last month. We already got that.
Yeah, you should already have it. Go play it. Hashtag where the fuck is Beyond Good and Evil 2?
Well, go listen to the rest of West. We'll plug you in a minute. Let me do my suggestion, all right?
Okay.
My suggestion this week will be Peggle 2. The first game I ever bought on my Xbox One. And it was funny because I had a friend round when I bought it, and they were like, oh, so what are you going to play? You're going to play, I had Lego, I had FIFA. And then I was like, heck no, I ain't playing any of those games. I'm playing Peggle 2. And I sat there for hours and hours playing it, and it was so much fun.
That's because you're a fucking cool kid.
I'm one of the fucking coolest.
I'm going to make an Xbox 360 recommendation that I have no idea if it's backwards compatible.
Doesn't matter.
Go play that 360 launch title, Cameo.
Cameo's a great game.
Yeah, Cameo's a really cool platformer where you do magic and shit. It's really cool.
My friend,
an underappreciated gem.
My mate Nick Maker made that game.
That makes them pretty cool.
I have not heard of this game. I will go and play it.
You've never heard of Cameo?
It was basically like the platformer with magic of the 360 launch.
I will go back and play that.
Yeah. Make it happen.
That sounds like it's right
make
up
it
my
do.
alley. I will make it do.
We filled 44 minutes of time, and that's good enough for me. So plug. George, we're going to start with you, sir. Anything to plug?
Sweet. I have a fancy plug thing written up so I don't
forget to plug things.
Okay.
You can find me on indiehaven.com, writing features and opinion pieces about the latest indie games and occurrences in the indie scene. You can also check out the Gameographers podcast through our Twitter at Gameographers_, where you can also check for any updates about what porny games myself, Jed, and Alyssa are playing. And you can also find me on Twitter at Jaffameister. That's JAFFAMEISTER. And I hope you all have a lovely day.
I love the fact that George wasn't prepared for any of this podcast. He was like, "What am I coming on? Fuck knows. What's this going to be about? God knows. What's this? I ain't got a clue. But the plugs I've got on point. Don't you worry."
Well, you got to get the self-promotion right. That's how you grow in this industry.
Got to keep that shit on point.
Laura, what about yourself? Talk about the millions and millions of podcasts that you do.
Oh gosh, I've been doing this long enough. I've got my self-promotion down at this point. You can find me at Laura K Buzz pretty much everywhere. That's Laura K Buzz on Twitter, Laura K Buzz on Patreon, Laura K Buzz on YouTube, where I make weird conspiracy theory videos with tinfoil around my head.
Can we wait? Can we just talk about that for a second?
Okay.
I watched episode 1 and I was like, "What the fuck is she doing?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right." Watching this, I'm like, "This is really good." I'm really annoyed that I didn't come up with this. Then I watched episode 2.
Yeah.
And I was in absolute stitches. It is so good.
Yeah, I'm up to 3-4 of them now. This is, for anyone who didn't catch this is called Totally Legit Gaming News. You can find it at youtube.com/Laura K Buzz. And basically, I don a tinfoil hat or suit of some kind and tell you all of the secret news and conspiracy theories about video games.
You mustn't forget about the cling film because it adds transparency.
Yes, cling film for transparency. I got to show off a totally not printed PlayStation Micro in one episode. I talked about how Donald Trump is secretly going to be taken down by Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
Other than that, there is laurakbuzz.com, letsplayvideogames.com, which is where you can find the Let's Play Video Games podcast, made up of people who used to be at Destructoid and are now over at a different place. You can also find me on a podcast with Jim Sterling and Gavin, Miracle of Sound, done every week, called The Podquisition. You can find me on Year of Steam every week, where we talk about games from our Steam backlog that we fight our way through slowly, and they're usually terrible. You can find me on the first 100 episodes of the Indie Haven podcast. You can find me on a bunch of other stuff. You can find me on the Ono Video Games podcast. That's probably about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought I plugged a lot, but I've got nothing on you.
Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff I do. Oh, I also make depressing videos about cooking with depression, where I put sad music over like depressing cooking. That's a thing I do on YouTube as well.
And to think I've not made it in this industry yet, but you have.
Yeah, well, you're not making enough videos about where you put like Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water while you accidentally burn some toast and throw it in the bin with like a grayscale filter over it.
You are an artist.
That's how you get famous in this industry.
I'm doing it all wrong. Yeah. Head over to patreon.com/MCFixer if you want the audio early. Audio is $3 a month. Video is $4. If you get the video version, you also get to watch it live. What else have I got to plug this week? YouTube.com/MCFixer. I have got lots and lots going up on after EGX, obviously. Loads of developer interviews, loads of reaction pieces. You might see Laura in a video. Who knows? I might just pull my camera out on her.
That's fine. If you find me, you can throw me in whatever videos you want.
I will find you.
Don't I sound pervy now?
Well, lucky I got a fiance. Otherwise, you know. What else? Twitter at MCFixer on Twitter. Also, I got another Twitter because I've actually decided to become 2 people. Funny enough, I am now going to be called MCFixer, aka the Dyslexic Gamer. Because people love to take the piss out of my spelling, but I'm dyslexic and it's fucking hard out here.
Yeah, join the dyslexic people trying to write about video games club. High five. Yeah.
I'm actually really happy I got the Dyslexic Gamer on Twitter though. So
yeah, that's a pretty cool title.
I'm going to take that. That's mine from now on. But until next week, I will love you, leave you, and see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, George, this is my podcast. I get the last word.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.